It's time to take another minivan, okay? And now we're going to the Wilderness Lodge.
You're doing fine.
The Wilderness Lodge. I'm drunk on Grand Marnier slushes.
You just went from bougie to shorty.
At this point in the day, all of the drinking I fit in, I'm going to be like, take me to the Wilderness Lodge.
I had minivan. Take me to the wilderness job. What? You heard me drive.
Oh, I'm crying.
But on the whole, I've been a saint to those poor unfortunate souls.
Hello, and welcome to Poor Unfortunate Podcast. I'm Connor Perkins.
And I'm Caroline A. Meddy.
Well, I'm in the new apartment now.
Connor's back in the New York groove. Yeah.
I'm in the studio, and I'm still trying to figure out how to make everything sound okay. So if you start hearing sirens and shit, that's from me.
We're thinking of every way to decorate the room to hopefully someday soon in some way, maybe on Instagram Live, go live. So if that's something that sounds interesting to you, definitely let us know. Reach out to us on social media or something, because it's something that we've been thinking of doing. So
yeah.
So
if you are new here, welcome. We are so glad that you are joining us. Please take a moment right now to hit follow or subscribe wherever you're listening to the podcast. That way you don't miss out on anything that we have coming your way. It'll all download right to your device. And if you are one of our returning listeners, welcome back. It's so nice to have you.
Hi,
we love you. And, you know, as I usually say, if you haven't hit follow or subscribe, now it's just rude.
Now
so
it's just a
make
game.
Sure that you do that.
Now you're just playing games.
Now you're just trying to provoke me. So if you haven't done it, like, you should hit follow or subscribe, because I don't want you to miss anything. So yeah, do that. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Yeah. Well,
Caroline, before we get into our episode, what's new? What's new in Disney, in the world, in life?
Well. We have Cruella coming out this Friday. I'm very excited for that.
So excited.
Yep. And in that realm, we also got a cool poster today for the Jungle Cruise movie, which will be coming out July 30th. And I can't wait
Which
for that.
was on one of my lists of things I'm most excited for in 2021.
Yes, it was. It's all coming. Yes.
And it's happening. So I'm really thrilled about that. It looks so cool. The poster looks really good.
That's one.
I mean, it's one of their standard posters where they like put all of the people on it in some way.
Yeah.
But it like works. I'm like, no, this is a poster that was like meant for that.
Well, you know what's funny? I saw multiple people on social media be like, oh my God, I feel like they made this just for me. So obviously they're doing something right, because a lot of people are feeling really connected to it. And I felt the same way. So I'm really excited.
It's been a long time since we've had an attraction to film adaptation.
It's beyond time. I need more of them. We've talked about this. I want more of those. I think they're so interesting. And that was the first time we're seeing the little, available on Premier Access little sticker at the bottom. Made me be like, yep, I'm ready. I'm ready with my $30, ready to go. Other things I've had to consider, but this I'm definitely going to.
Fuck it. I'll go into a theater to watch the Jungle Cruise.
Oh my gosh, right. That's an option.
I think I'll do that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Speaking of things you can go do now, on June 15th, Disneyland will be open to residents from other states besides California. So now everybody will be able to go to Disneyland. It was open just to California residents. So yeah, Disneyland will be fully back June 15th. Oh, also, this isn't particularly new, but I haven't brought it up and I want to know what you think of it. So a lot of the rooms at the Contemporary right now are being renovated to Incredibles themed rooms, and they're taking the restaurant that was formerly known as The Wave, which me and my family are big fans of The Wave, and turning it into the Incredibles Steakhouse. And I'm not really here for any of this. I mean, I guess it depends if you have a connection to the restaurant The Wave. It's a little bit different, but I'm not a fan. I don't feel like that's what the Contemporary is for, but that's just me.
See, I don't have a connection to the Wave.
Mm-hmm.
I think going Incredibles is like the way to go because the Contemporary Resort itself is no longer contemporary. It's
I guess.
it was contemporary for like mid-century modern type thing, which is the aesthetic of the Incredibles. So I think that that's actually a really good complementary fit.
I just liked it without any characters.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's nice. But I'm also sure that like some of the suites and stuff like that won't be like overtly Incredibles in the way that like Art of Animation is.
The Moana rooms at the Polynesian are very nice. I really like those.
Yeah, I think it'll probably be something similar to that where it's just sort of like the nods to it, more like drawing from the aesthetic of the Incredibles, which is already mid-century modern.
Yeah.
So it'll blend with contemporary. I just keep thinking of like the Dever home where it's like all the like gold star burst things hanging down and stuff like that.
I didn't think about it that way. I thought about it as like ugly black and red superhero, and I was like, ew, what are you doing? But now that you say that, fine. Okay.
Yeah, I think they'll probably go more like maybe some rooms will have like the wood paneling kind of situation.
I can get down with that. Then it would be like
clean lines.
Where do we keep talking about we're gonna stay at the Volcano Bay Resort in Universal? If it was that vibe, I'm here for it. Yeah.
Another Disney thing, which I think is really interesting, is a Winnie the Pooh musical is being developed right now and is going to be coming this summer. It's like it's a theater for young audiences show that's going to be premiering at Theater Row on
But it sounds like it's going to be
Street.
so high quality. Like,
with Sherman Brothers music in it. Like, I'm excited for this. I'm like, this is going to be nice.
We'll be going. Children or not, we'll be going. So we'll report back.
But I'm also excited for this show to be like one that will eventually get licensed out across the United States.
And I love seeing Disney branch out into non-Broadway spaces.
Yeah.
I think it's just a great call. It's a great call. I love it. I just like, sure, Theater Row is still in Midtown, but even just like, I like them spreading out, having people come to a little bit of a different part of the city, a little bit. Yeah, I'm a fan. I love it.
Yeah, like with Public Works doing Hercules, like letting their properties have a little bit of a different life than the like Disney on Broadway, Disney theatricals model. It's nice.
I can't wait for that.
So we'll see how this goes. I'm excited for it.
Me too.
Alrighty. So I feel like that wraps up some of our little Disney news that we have for you. Let's get into the episode.
So we are back at our tips and tricks episode. We're laughing because sometimes we're like, what do we do with these? So in the past, if you haven't listened to these episodes, we've created Disney Plus playlists for you. We've created Spotify playlists for you. We've talked about Disney bounding. So this time around, in a little bit of a celebration of summer and, people getting vaccinated and getting back out there and having fun times, we have created 3 Disney days for you. The funny part about this is when we came up with this idea, I thought Connor meant one thing and
we were on different wavelengths, people.
But we've gone with it. So here's what it's going to be. Connor has created a Disney day that you can enjoy at home. I have created a Disney day that you can have in Disney World because that's what I thought it was supposed to be. And then together, we have created a Disney day that you can experience in New York City, which is where we live.
That's where we live.
Yeah, it's where we live. And, we have some listeners in New York City. And now, if you ever visit, you've got some things to check out.
Yeah. So we're going to start with my Disney day because it takes place at home. So we'll start at home. Then we'll go to Disney World, and then we'll go to New York. It'll be a nice little journey for y'all.
I didn't understand the prompt.
No, I love it. No, you did understand the prompt. You just interpreted it in a different way.
I just really want to go to Disney
nice
World.
Perspectives here. We're bringing different perspectives to the show.
And depending upon how comfortable you are going out, still with COVID going on now, you've got a couple of options.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So I have created for you all a Disney Villain Day for you to have at home. So I've sort of broken it up by activities that you'll do on the Disney day, food and drink that you'll have on your Disney day, and some decorations that you can have for your Disney day.
Ooh.
So let's start with activities, because I feel like these are your main events for the day.
Okay, great. Tell me what we're doing.
First thing you're going to do, obviously, we are Disney bounding. You need to start off your day right. So you're going to want to Disney bound as your favorite villain. So you should definitely include friends on this day. So make sure that they Disney bound too. Make sure that they're vaccinated or like you're
yes, thank you.
doing it safe. But you're going to want friends for this Disney day because it's just better with more people.
Oh my gosh. And when we did our Disney bounding episode, we put together 2 Disney villain bounds. So check it out.
I know. I was just about to say. So for those of you just joining us and you don't know what Disney bounding is, listen to season 1, episode 11, My Strongest Suit, because we explain all about Disney bounding. And a brief rundown is that a Disney bound is a way for people to draw upon Disney characters and properties as inspiration for their outfits, using clothes and accessories from their own closets, working with their bodies and their wallets. So funnily enough, as Caroline said, we both designed 2 Disney villain outfits in it. So for me, I'm very determined to do the Mother Gothel Disney bound that I created in that episode, which is
so good.
The white button-down shirt, wine red sweater, black chinos, brown Clark's faux leather boots, that nice circle belt, and a spicy dagger tattoo for my forearm.
I want that for you. I want that tattoo for you real bad. It would be hot.
So once you have your Disney bound done, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to have a picnic brunch because you deserve it. So get these friends to create their favorite villain-themed treats. More on that later.
Okay.
For a potluck brunch. So make sure that you also save any of the leftovers for snacks throughout your day. And so you're going to go find the funkiest or most crooked tree in a park or the edge of a nice spooky tree line or a good flat rock, castles if you got them. And you're going to set up your picnic blanket there. You're going to revel in your delectable wickedness. You're going to pose for diabolical pictures. And my tip for you is upload all of your pictures to a shared Google Drive and then just share it with everyone so everyone can grab their pictures.
Oh, that is Connor's signature move.
You got to have it for the gram. And then you're going to scowl at any innocent passersby. Like that's just how it's going to go. So if a picnic potluck brunch, though, isn't in the cards for you, let's find a restaurant that has a strong villainy vibe. Think dark wood, stone, distressed sort of things. Like you could always opt for a restaurant if you feel comfortable dining at a restaurant, either outside or inside, and you're vaccinated. So there's your brunch. So after brunch, you are going to retreat to your lair. And there you are going to play many rounds of Villainous.
Yeah, baby.
So if you don't know about this strategy board game, don't worry because I'm probably going to do a whole segment on it on a later date. This game is freaking amazing. Originally launching in 2018 from Ravensburger and Wonderforge, each player in this game takes control of a villain of their choice to accomplish their villain's unique objective before all of the other villains. Armed with their own game board and 2 decks that will either help them with essential allies and objects or introduce heroes who will get in the way of their plans, each player strategizes how to gain power, take control of their realm, and thwart the plans of the other players. Y'all, this is my go-to game.
It's so good. It's so good.
Hands down. In terms of strategy level, think like Catan, like sort of like heady.
It takes some brain power. I'm dead serious. It really does.
But that's why you're going to play many rounds of it because once you get it, you're going to be obsessed with it. And they keep coming out with expansion packs each year. So far, in addition to the original Villainous, the Worst Takes It All game, they have released 4 expansion packs and a Marvel version of the game.
What?
So
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. It's got Thanos on it.
Oh, rude.
Yeah. So to date, you can play as Maleficent, Jafar, Ursula, Prince John, the Queen of Hearts, Captain Hook, Hades, Dr. Facilier, the Evil Queen, my man's Professor Ratigan.
Oh my God.
Yzma, Scar, Cruella de Vil, Mother Gothel, Pete, and the most recent expansion from this year includes Gaston, Lady Tremaine, and the Horned Effing King.
Oh, I want to play as Lady
Like-
Tremaine so badly.
I know,
Oh.
but any game that includes the Horned King,
Respect.
I'm like, oh, we're going deep here. Like, we'll go any villain. I love it. And one of the coolest things about this game is you can vote on the website for the characters that you would like to see in the next expansion pack. So, yes, y'all, you're going to be playing this game for quite a bit this day. The next activity, playlist. You need background music for your day, especially as you play Villainous for hours. So make your own playlist ahead of time with all the Disney villain anthems, ominous scores from your favorite Disney movies, and then throw in some Haunted Mansion cue music for S's and G's.
You know what? I think you need to make it and put it on our Spotify account.
Yeah, I probably will. But also I want people to make it themselves.
But
like,
you make
it personal. But I'll make
ones.
one as well.
Yeah, because you always slip in something unexpected.
Okay.
Yay! Because I want it.
All right. So after your rounds of Villainous with the killer playlist, snacking along the way,
Oh, yeah, baby.
it's time for dinner because you have had an exhausting day thwarting plans and destroying heroes. So you deserve to have your minions, aka favorite delivery service, bring your meal directly to your perfectly wretched door.
Yes.
So you can go for some spicy food if you're feeling hot like Hades, or something on the bone if you're vibing with Scar, or pizza. Can never go wrong. And then your final activity for your villain day, movie night.
Yes.
The winner or winners of your games of Villainous obviously get to choose the movie. So log on to Disney Plus and choose your favorite villain movie. And this could be either one in which the villain appears, like Sleeping Beauty or The Princess and the Frog, or it can be one of those villain-focused films like Cruella or Maleficent or Glenn Close in 101 Dalmatians, because let's be real, that movie was about her.
Oh, yep.
So those are your activities for the day.
Yay.
Now let's move on to some food and drink. Because
Yay.
This is very important. Obviously, you are going to want some villain cocktails. And there are so many cocktails out there from so many different places. I'm going to mention a couple that I think sound pretty delicious that I pulled from a couple of different places. So I'm going to start with Disney Food Blogs. This is DisneyFoodBlog.com.
Yes.
And these were created by Cocktails by Cody. So one, the Sea Witch, inspired by Ursula. And it is Great Pucker, Malibu, my favorite because I'm a trashy gal.
Oh my God, we love Malibu.
And Squirt Soda. So that's the Sea Witch. And then the Burly and Brawny sounded good, which that's inspired by Gaston. And that is, you're going to like this one, Caroline.
Oh boy.
Whiskey, Amaretto, and Black Cherry Soda.
Oh, yummy. Oh my God.
I know. You're going to like that one. I also found these ones on HalloweenCostumes.com. I know. An awful place to find it, but like these ones are pretty good on here. So this one that I was really into, Yzma's Hot Pink Potion of Madness.
Stop it. I'm so excited.
So let me explain what's in this thing. Coconut rum, vodka, pineapple juice, orange juice, cranberry juice, ice cubes, lime wedges, and it is served in a potion bottle.
Oh.
And in the little picture that they had, they served it in like a big like potion bottle, and they made like a little llama tag on it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it ends up being like a nice like pinkish color. Oh my God. It's like you're drinking one of Yzma's potions. So that was a good one.
Stop it.
But this one, this is a frozen drink. This is called Cruella de Vil's Tranquilizer. So this is Kahlua, vanilla ice cream, vodka, whole milk, so essentially a milkshake.
It's a milkshake, yeah.
Served in a milkshake glass and garnished with whipped cream and chocolate chips as spots.
Of course.
And then you fill a syringe with chocolate syrup and inject it into the glass. I mean,
It's
fuck
so
yes,
extra,
right?
but I love it. Oh my God.
Hell yes. I'm here for that. I will drink the shit out of that. And that ends up being like, it's all like white and gorgeous. And then it has like this like blackish brown
Oh,
sort of
yeah.
running through it.
Yeah.
And then you've got the top, which looks like Dalmatian spots.
Oh, that's
pretty
cute.
awesome.
All right.
Yeah. So next, these are some ideas for your villain brunch. I came up with all of these.
Oh my God,
So
yay.
forgive them if they're kind of stupid.
Oh my gosh. No, wait. I'm so
Um,
glad you did. Let's hear.
So I wanted to come up because French toast casserole is always like a great
Yum,
brunch
yum.
thing. But I
Mhm.
was like, okay, how can we make this villain? So I have Lady Tremaine's French toast casserole because she's French.
Yeah.
But the key to this is that you make someone else in your family cook it and then you take all the credit for it. So that's how you make it Lady Tremaine's.
I hate you.
I know. My next one is Maleficent's Minions Sausage and Egg Frittata.
Oh, I'm disturbed.
So you're going to find your favorite sausage and egg and cheese frittata recipe, and then you make sure to dye the egg mixture green,
Okay.
and then get link sausage to make them look like fingers of the minions that she finally
I was
had
afraid
enough
you were going to
of.
say that.
Oh, you got to do that. I mean,
Okay.
for 16 years, they looked for an
Yeah.
infant. Like, yeah, you're getting baked into a frittata. Like, that's how it works. Frollo's fruit and cheese charcuterie plate.
Oh, big fan.
So essentially, you want to recreate the things
What
that
they
he
eat in the
feeds
movie.
Quasimodo. So you get grapes,
Yeah.
some bread, maybe some cheese as well.
Uh-huh.
But anyone who partakes must recite Frollo's alphabet from A to F. So you got to do that. And then
Aw.
last, I have Chernobog's deviled eggs because, I mean, he's a demon.
Oh,
so he's like a deviled eggs.
Yeah.
So those are some brunch ideas, but this is your time for you to be
I
creative
actually
too.
really like those. Okay.
Yeah, right? So I have some villain snacks because you're going to need some snacks as you're playing villainous. Obviously, anything left over from brunch because don't let that shit go to waste because it was good. You made someone else make that French toast for you. Don't let it go to waste. All right, so I made up some of these villain snacks for you. Obviously, this one, Evil Queen caramel apples on a stick. So you just got to make sure that you decorate them in white chocolate with that skull pattern
Oh,
to make it really
yes.
nice. That'll look good on the gram.
Ah, thank you.
This one, I was really proud of this one. Following on our Hunchback theme, Hellfire nachos, spicy to taste. So you want to make a rotel dip with some seasoned ground beef and sausage.
Mm.
You want to cover black tortilla chips
Yes.
with all of that good cheesy beef mixture. And then top it with sour cream, tomatoes, salsa, lettuce. And then if you're a spicy person, jalapenos and crushed Flamin' Hot Cheetos, if that's what you're into. So, but you can sort of choose your degree of how much of Paris is on fire with what you add to it. Crunk spinach puffs.
Of
because that's an essential.
course.
I mean, he's not a villain, but he serves the villain. He's a
Yes.
minion. So
Yeah.
we can get some representation here. There are a couple recipes online for these. Essentially, it's puff pastry and spinach and some cheese.
They have some real
So-
yum ones at Trader Joe's, FYI, people. So you can do that too.
There you go. Trader Joe's. If you got one, go for that.
Mm.
Then you could do some shrimp poppers
Mm.
or cocktail shrimp.
Cute.
Ursula's shrimp poppers and cocktail
Cute.
shrimp. Bonus points if you can find some of the Heinz purple ketchup somewhere, or you can find a way to make cocktail sauce purple. Obviously, you can always dye the tartar sauce as well. And then my last villain snack, I have wings of various flavors, especially if they're on the bone, because meat on the bone can always just be villainous. Like I'm thinking Scar,
yeah.
Gaston, Clayton, those hunter type characters, that sort of situation. And then lastly, some decorations because you got to have a good vibe for your day.
Mm.
So color palette, you want to think blacks, deep reds and blues and purples. You'll never go wrong here with these. So tablecloths, streamers, napkins, plates, think this color family. Texture-wise, satins, velvets, and lace always give a nice villainous vibe.
Mhm.
So
Uh-huh.
some things to think about. Next, break out your Halloween decorations. So find
So
some
true.
skulls and purple lights. Maybe you have some floodlights or black lights if you're going to spend some time outside. If you're a Dr. Facilier fan, black light paint is always fun, especially when you're watching the movie and you turn all the lights off and just leave black lights on. Like you can,
Cute.
that can be a fun little way to experience the movies. And then I saw a blog called My Simple Modest Chic, and she threw a villain's descendants party for her kid.
Oh,
And
fun.
I just loved her idea of having these like black picture frames with black side silhouettes of villains in them. It was very simple,
love
kind of
that.
like a cameo sort of vibe.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it. It just looked so nice. And she had them by her, like the food and stuff like that. So you could just get some cheapo frames,
Yeah, I love
cut
that.
these things out on construction paper, just put them in there. And it looks really nice. It looks like you
Mm-hmm.
spend some time on it. It's a nice little villain vibe.
Yeah. Oh,
So
that's cute.
again, these are all just jumping off points. I invite you to make it your own. Feel free to bouge it up if you want, or you can make it more friendly to your budget. Personalize it, have fun, and just revel in your wickedness. And that is my villain Disney day at home.
Oh, we're gonna have to do this.
Oh, we will.
Yeah.
We will. So that's my Disney day.
Wow.
Caroline, let's hear yours. Your day in Disney World that might be a little
so
bit more
sorry.
bougie than mine.
Yeah, so we've gone from do it yourself, stay at home to you're going to drop a bit of cash, okay? I tried to offer you some options, but let's think of it this way. Instead of thinking of this as an itinerary to follow, let's just think of this as a little bit more of a guided fantasy meditation, shall we? Because this will cost you. Because I kind of thought that's what we were doing, and I was wrong. Okay. All right, so starting off, you're in Disney World. The theme of this Disney day, by the way, of course, I have to say that, is modern royalty.
Ooh.
With that being said, I've got two options for you for your accommodations. If you're going to do this stay with a group of 3 to 4 people or fewer, I recommend staying at Port Orleans Riverside and booking a mansion room. These have been newly renovated to include touches from Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, Cinderella, Little Mermaid, Snow White, and The Princess and the Frog. These rooms are very elegant. They feel fairy tale-like without being gaudy and like tacky. The beds feature fiber optic headboards.
Oh my
with
God,
Disney
yes, I've seen
characters.
them. Oh my God.
Yeah,
magic.
they're gorgeous. There are ornate beds and like just little special touches from your favorite films, like the faucets in the bathroom look like the genie's lamp. Just love it. And it will be fun to go full out fairy tale with your room for this before some of our later activities are just a bit more adult. Port Orleans is super elegant, but still a moderately priced resort by Disney standards. So, it's by Disney standards, which means
It's expensive.
me and Connor probably couldn't afford to stay there. But hey, now we're just gonna go. Okay, we're just playing games now because
Are you taking us
let's
to the
just go with this.
spa at the Grand Floridian next?
Well. Oh, please, yes. But we're not there yet. Slow down. If you want a day fit for royalty with a group, so now I'm thinking, you're coming to Disney with your wedding party, bachelorette party, you got a big group. But what I was thinking was, let's just go all out and talk about the 3-bedroom grand villa at Bay Lake Tower. I just watched one of my YouTubers, Prince Charming Dev, give a tour of this, so this is why I'm thinking about this. But okay. Bay Lake Tower is a part of the Contemporary Resort, if you do not know. And first of all, its sheer proximity to the Magic Kingdom is everything you could want for a royally themed day. You can walk to the Magic Kingdom in like 3 minutes. But this villa, people, okay? First of all, the electrical water pageant, depending on which view you choose, goes right by your balcony. Right by. And should fireworks start up again, they will definitely be visible if you get the one that is theme park view. This is a 2-story villa. It has enough space to accommodate 12 adults. There's a king bed, 4 queen beds, and a queen-sized sleeper sofa. And listen, if you really want to go for it and force some of your friends to sleep on the really nice armchairs, maybe you could do that. You could fit 20 people. I don't know. And it looked like to me when I looked at the floor plan that there are 4 bathrooms. It's the dream. And you know what? Sure, maybe split amongst 12 people. We're dreaming big. Maybe we can call it affordable. Why not? We're doing a royalty day.
Sure.
Let's go with it. So no matter which resort you choose, here's the itinerary I have for you. Breakfast at the beginning of the day. You're going to go to the Bon Voyage Adventure Breakfast at Trattoria El Forno at the boardwalk. Right now, it's not going on. I'm kind of rolling with COVID times are over because, again, we're just blue skying it. So, first of all, why not grab a minivan, which, if you do not know, is Disney World's version of an Uber, to get, from the hotel, your royalty. Leave the public transportation to the peasants for now. So,
Jesus.
I think this breakfast is the best way as an adult to meet a princess or two without feeling like you're gunning ahead of small children at like the character meet and greets. And I think the food is actually way better here than at Cinderella's Royal Table or even Akershus, and it's a little bit more affordable. And the whole thing, to me, it feels very chic. Listen, my tastes are a little bit more, they're closer to that of a 5-year-old, but I thought it was chic. So during breakfast, Flynn, Rapunzel, Ariel, and Eric will stop by your table. I feel like it's perfect. They're two great couples, so if you're going with some sort of wedding event, super
It's
cute.
also the only place where you can meet Flynn as a face character. So
Yes, and oh my gosh, and when I went, like, Flynn was amazing, and like he showed us the crown and the satchel. He taught us how to smolder. It was amazing. But I think the great thing about this too is you're not, as an adult, we're doing like modern royalty. You're not totally inundated with characters and like unable to enjoy your meal. It's super subtle, and if you are not super engaging, they'll just move along. So it's up to you, which I feel like is nice. Most importantly for grown-up royalty, the food here is bomb while still being themed, which is just like dream come true. So the meal starts with, you can pick either a parfait or fresh fruit salad, plus my favorite part of the whole meal, which is a frying pan of baked goods that include braided breads for Rapunzel and clamshell pastries with little pearls on them for Ariel. They are adorable and they are delicious. Entree choices include Shipwreck al Forno, which is like a breakfast calzone, Tower of Pancakes. I had this. It was amazing. Also, it comes with a little like tangled sun and powdered sugar on the top. So cute. Swimmer's Delight, which is like a smoked salmon omelet, Royal Breakfast, so much more. So everybody gets the shared starter and then everybody picks an entree. You can't go wrong with any of the food here. It's all really great. It comes with coffee, tea, and juice. I suggest, since it's a royal day, adding a mimosa or a Bellini to start the day, but that's just me. And $34 per person. Again, by real world standards, that's a lot, but it's nice going somewhere where you're like, if I don't add anything on, that's what I'm paying.
I mean, for New York, like brunch, like
Very true.
That's very on par.
Very true. And you get a lot of food, and then you get the characters.
Actually,
So-
that might even be like better than most New York brunches.
Actually, yeah, I was just going to say, now that I think about it, you're probably right.
What the hell are we doing?
Let's move to Disney. Once you have finished up your breakfast, I suggest going on the earlier side, if possible. Hop on one of the friendship boats over to the World Showcase. Ideally, you'll be getting there at 11 or right before, right as the World Showcase is opening. I vote that you go straight towards Frozen Ever After so you can start the day with a nice princess fix. And, once again, try to beat out some of the kids who will also be heading that way. I'm sure there will be a wait, but I think you should just try to head straight there and see what you can do. Then I would say circle back around to France. Wave at the princesses that you might see along the way. Stop for a photo if you want. You'll probably see Mulan in China, Snow White in Germany, and Belle in France. Sit down in the AC for the new 15-minute Beauty and the Beast sing-along in the France Pavilion. And then after the show, stop at Les Halles Boulangerie and pick up some pastries and sandwiches to bring back to the hotel. You're going to need them later, but we'll talk about that soon. Then hop over to the UK Pavilion and buy some fancy teas from the Twinings Tea Shop. And if you want to be bougie, you could also buy some teaware from there. They have very cute China teacups or perfumes or wine to bring home as a souvenir from either of these two pavilions. If you want bougie souvenirs,
Yeah, they do.
this is where you want to
stuff.
go. And since you're royalty, use the Disney merchandise delivery service for any of the fragile items you buy, and they will send them to the hotel for you.
Oh my God.
Because
that's one of
royalty
the
does not
best
carry their
things.
packages. Yeah, no. And y'all know that if I was treating myself like royalty for the day, I would obviously be grabbing a Grand Marnier slush because
There
I'm a
it
parody
is.
of myself.
I was just waiting for it.
/ an alcoholic.
Grand Marnier girl.
Grand Marnier girl. That way, you can sip it because now I'm going to have you walk towards Future World and get the monorail or the bus back to your hotel as the heat of the day approaches. I think, royals need to rest when it's hot. This is not a very Connor-esque day.
No, not at all.
We have a lot packed in, but we're taking breaks.
This
okay?
is for when I take
So-
like a 3-week trip to Disney World.
Yes.
And have like
for
too much
sure.
money.
Yeah. You have too much money. That's why also for me, this is very like bachelorette party because you're still doing stuff in the parks, but it's still also about like chilling, whatever. So the theme of the afternoon now is going to be rejuvenation. Okay. So you're back at the hotel. When you're royal, you make the rules. So let your party split up if necessary. Some people may want to just like nap and chill in the room. Cool. Some may want to visit the Old Man Island pool at Port Orleans. There's also 5 other pools. Or the Bay Cove pool at Bay Lake Tower. This pool looks very bougie. I think you should do that. But some others in your party may want to ball out completely and hit the spa. There are 2 Senses spas on Disney World property, but for this situation, I recommend heading to the one at the Grand Floridian because it also includes a salon. So services at the spa include facials, massages, body therapies, nail polishing, and nail treatments. You can also buy a spa package, which include multiple services. Now tell me what you think of this pricing. Some things have pleasantly surprised me, but maybe I'm just crazy. So this package is called the Me Time Magic. This is what I would recommend. It lasts 3 hours.
Oh, shit.
And includes a custom. When I say custom, that means you're choosing your like the smells, you're choosing the oils, all this stuff. So it includes a custom massage, a custom facial, and a custom pedicure. How much do you think that would cost?
At Disney, I would say like $300.
You're about right. Yeah, it's $350. Which again, we're a little skewed because we live in New York City and everything is crazy expensive. But I looked at that and I was like, I get it. Could I ever afford it? No, but I get it.
No. I can't afford that. But
yeah. The salons at the Senses spas include blowouts, updos, haircuts. So get the blowout. You're going to want it for pictures later because later we're taking a lot of pictures. So get the blowout.
Are we heading to Tangled restrooms?
Of course we are. Come on.
I know you too well.
You could have probably written this whole thing out
I
and
know.
been like,
I
and said
really
the same
could
thing.
have.
So, all right, you've got your blowout, you've got your nails done, your facial, you look beautiful. Head back to your room and pick out your outfit for the rest of the day. So we're definitely going to be riding rides, but we're also going to be chilling and drinking cocktails. This is a tough combo, I understand. I'm thinking like you could wear like khaki shorts and a short sleeve button down or like a maxi dress. I feel like that would work. Also, obviously we always love a Disney bound. I think if you're with a group, especially for like some kind of bachelorette, having a different member of the party bound as a different character from the same film, super cute, or everyone can be their favorite member of Disney royalty.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you want. All right, we're going to dinner, and now you can kind of choose. This is a little bit of a choose your own adventure thing here. So I say go all the way and have another sit-down meal. But if you don't want to do that, we're going to the Magic Kingdom. I think people kind of eating around casually while you're there works as well. But if you're going to sit down, it's time to take another minivan, okay? And we're going to the Wilderness Lodge for dinner at Storybook Dining at Artist Point. Once again, this is not currently open because of COVID, but we're just living in a dream.
Oh my God. Can you imagine if you took your bougie asses to Whispering Canyon Cafe and just got picked on?
What I like about this is, like breakfast, this is another pre-fee meal with some character experiences built in. I feel like it's great to know what you're going to spend. I know that we're royalty, but I think if we in any way, shape, or form want to realistically do this day, it's good to know what you're going to spend. So, with that being said, this restaurant brings you into the enchanted forest vibes of Snow White. So Snow White herself, Grumpy and Dopey, will drop by during your meal. Again, 3 characters. If you're not super into it, it's not going to disrupt your meal. It still feels like a grown-up thing.
Why have I not heard of this restaurant?
It's new.
Okay.
It used to be just Artist Point. Now it's Storybook Dining at Artist Point.
Okay.
So they kind of just, I'm not going to lie, they kind of overlaid this on top of what was already there. So if you know the previous restaurant, it looks a little,
Okay.
but if you don't, it looks great. Also, you can choose to go meet the evil queen who's like hanging out in her lair if you want to.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I definitely would. But
She's a queen.
if you don't want to, you don't have
She's
to.
royalty.
Yeah, she's royalty. Okay. Cocktails, ours are kind of, our 2 days are kind of melding together here because cocktails, as usual, are a little bit extra, but you need to get one if you are going here because they look fabulous. And yes, to be shallow, photograph extremely well. What can you say? Okay. Here are some of them that I would want to try. One is called the Smoking Mirror. So it's Johnny Walker Black, Wildberry Lime, and Rosemary Smoke. So it's like a smoking cocktail. Very cool. There's the Enchanted Apple, which is citrus vodka, sour apple pucker, and white cranberry juice. Evil to the Core, which is tequila, habanero, blackberry, and orange juice. And this is the one I would get, I think. This is called Alchemy. And it's gin, elderflower liqueur, and watermelon. Yum, yum.
Ooh.
And if you don't drink, there's a really good options. And they're all really like cool looking. So there's Through the Forest, which is wildberry, lime juice, mint, and sparkling water.
Ooh.
And the Wishing Apple Punch, which is crisp apple, white cranberry, Sprite, and of course a glow cube because we're in Disney World.
I like that. Can they spike that?
They some of the non-alcoholic. I'm like, I want that, but with vodka. I don't know.
Yeah.
But these are not the only options. There are even more. They all sound amazing. So then the meal begins with shared apps for the table. You get some sort of bisque, a wicked shrimp cocktail, and Hunter's Terrine, which is chicken, black truffle, stone fruit preserve, and house-made pickles. Just like this stuff is pretty like millennial bougie. I feel like they're marketing it to us. The bisque flavors change, but one of them that was seasonal was served with little like marshmallow lollipops. Like they make everything really fun and themed. It's not just food. It's really like, that's what I love about it. It still feels Disney. It still feels fun. It doesn't feel overly serious. Then you choose an entree from selections like cottage beef stew, Brothers Grimm roasted chicken, a stroll through nature, which is vegetable gnocchi, yum yum, pork shank, bashful sustainable fish, and much more. And then dessert is also shared. So there's like all these little miniatures and they're beautiful. These desserts, please go look them up. They look beautiful. There's Miner's Treasures, which is sponge cake, chocolate gems, and berry panna cotta.
Ooh.
Yes. Gooseberry pie. Yes. Poison apples, which are made of dark chocolate mousse with a sour center. And the Hunter's Gift to the Queen.
A pig's
which
heart.
is a chocolate ganache heart with cracked maple popcorn. Yes. It's $55 per adult.
All right.
Again. All right.
Whatever.
All right.
If that's
Yeah,
what
whatever.
it costs, it's what it costs. I don't fucking care.
Okay.
This is a day where we have money.
Yeah, we have money today.
We saved
Great.
money doing my day so that we could do this.
I'm sorry. All right. Time to grab the boat over to the Magic Kingdom and ride some rides.
Oh, holy shit.
It's Fantasyland time. First of all, get the pictures in front of the castle and then head for the mine train to stay on the Snow White theme. Hopefully right now it's getting to be evening-ish, dinner-ish time, so hopefully the kiddos are all having their dinner or they left. So yeah, try to eat your dinner as early as you can. Ride Ariel's Undersea Adventure, Peter Pan, Dumbo, It's a Small World, the Carousel. This area of the park is just magical when it's the magic hour, as we've talked about. Don't miss your favorite royalty and Filler Magic. Do not sleep on Filler Magic ever.
Never.
And of course, just like visit Belle's Village. I don't know if you need to do Enchanted Tales with Belle, but if you want to, do it.
Do it. It's cool.
Before we get to other things, as Connor called me out for, we're going to stop for a photo op at the Tangled bathrooms. Don't miss this, okay? I waited online for a long time for this, and I started to get frustrated, but the picture that I have from it was worth it. It's dark, there are lanterns over your head, and then you're handed one of the Tangled lanterns to hold. It's glowing. You get cute pictures with it. Definitely do it.
Yeah.
And plus, you got a blowout at the salon, so don't waste the blowout, right?
Don't waste the blowout.
Then leave some time for the thrill seekers in the group to get in a coaster or two. While, the chicken shits like me head to Main Street, shop, grab some Starbucks. I think you should get a Cinderella latte, but that's just me. Or buy yourself one of those new Cinderella carriage popcorn buckets because those look incredible and I want one.
They really do.
Want it. Then, again, assuming everything is normal, find your spot for Happily Ever After fireworks. Do not miss them. But let's just say it's pandemic times and there's no fireworks. Just hit some other must-do rides. And then, after the fireworks or after those rides, get on the monorail to the Grand Floridian Resort because you are going to the Enchanted Rose Lounge for some cocktails. Or honestly, maybe just one, considering the prices of these cocktails. This setting, y'all, is 100% what I mean by modern grown-up royalty. First of all, if you skipped the sit-down dinner that I suggested, there are some apps here that are available if you're hungry. The cocktail menu is extensive. Here are some highlights. The Floral Bitter Beauty is gin, elderflower, Campari, Aperol, lemon, and soda. That's what I would be getting. The Lavender Fog is dry gin, creme de violette, English breakfast tea, vanilla, and cream.
Oh, I think that's what I would get.
Yep, I think you would. That's why I put it on there. Then, all right, this cocktail, I'm not 100% sure why. This cocktail is called Amour. It's $21. It's $21. It is Grey Goose vodka, Pavon Liqueur de France. So that must be something. I don't know what that is. Pear, lemon, Twinings, chamomile tea, agave, and rose petals. Also, some of these cocktails, and I'm assuming this is one of them, come with a bit of a presentation. So I hope this is one of them for $21.
Yeah.
I think someone in your party should get the presentation cocktail just so you can have the experience.
Yeah, maybe they throw a bunch of roses at you.
I
And
hope
each rose
so. I
costs
hope
like
the beast
$40.
comes out. I hope the beast comes out, hands me a rose, dances
Transforms
with me.
in front of you, kisses you on the lips.
And then we get married. But that's just me. As usual, which I really appreciate, there are plenty of really fancy, fun, non-alcoholic options as well. So really, if you don't drink, I like that Disney has you. You do not have to drink to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
Take your time at the Enchanted Rose Lounge. It's open till 11 o'clock. As you're heading out.
Too early.
Too early. But again, we're New Yorkers. We're like, why isn't
Kitchen
it 4?
closes at 2.
As you're heading out, stop at Sandy Cove Gifts and Sundries, just in case anybody needs some snacks. You want to buy one of the Disney bottles of wine. They sell those there to go back to the room. Take one last gorgeous monorail ride back to the Magic Kingdom, and then walk or bus back to your hotel. So it's time to crack open the wine. The pastries that you so smartly bought yourself this morning in Epcot, you're welcome. Thank you, me. And your tea. And then it's just a little gift from you to you. And then pick one of your favorite members of Disney royalty and watch their movie. Maybe you bought some cute jammies when you were walking down Main Street. I don't know. But if you don't want to go back to the room so early, especially on a weekend, at 11 o'clock, there's still things to do. So, or even before, if you're still down to party, you're off to Disney Springs. You want to shop a little, there's World of Disney, Disney Style, Kate Spade, Origins. They have all the bougie brands there now. They have everything designer. So if you're trying to do that, you can do that. What I would say to do, because at this point, you've spent a lot of money today, something to do, I think you should make Basin your last stop and pick up some bath shimmer or a bath bomb or a soap. Bring it back to the room. Use the tub. The end.
Shit.
Pick and choose. And as I said, this was more of a guided meditation than something that's actually possible. It was just for fun. It was just to pretend because it's been a really hard
Let's
year
all
and a half.
pretend we have money.
Yeah.
Or you could always go and just charge it to a credit card that you stole. So.
God.
Alrighty. So now on to our final Disney day that we have prepared for you. This is one that Caroline and I did together.
Mm-hmm.
And this all takes place in New York City. So if you are traveling to New York City, if you live in New York City, or if you're like, I don't have enough money to go to Disney World, but I do have some money to go to New York, here's a way that you can Disneyfy it.
Mm-hmm.
So Caroline and I decided to make this day all surrounding the Magic Kingdom and how to have a Magic Kingdom experience in New York City. So each of our activities for the day are all inspired by one of the lands of the Magic Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
There is nothing better than the scents of Main Street, USA. From chocolate chip cookies to popcorn to candies and other sweet treats, Main Street is for food.
Mm-hmm.
So to start out your Magic Kingdom day in New York City, you will want to stop by one of New York City's most famous bakeries. So I've got a couple options for you. One is Magnolia Bakery. This is the bakery with the cupcakes and banana pudding that people will gladly give an arm for. It was featured in Sex and the City and is one of the highlights of New York City's Sex and the City tour. Magnolia Bakery has a few locations around the city where you can get all the scrumptious sweet treats, all made from scratch on site. So depending upon where you are throughout the day, there are some opportunities for you to get to a Magnolia Bakery. Another bakery option is Levan Bakery, known for cookies that are fluffy and roughly the size of your fist.
Oh my gosh.
This is one of the must-eat bakeries in New York City. They have 8 locations now, and they're even available in some grocery stores. Like they have some like frozen cookie dough stuff. It's
Yes.
amazing.
Yes.
Levan bakes all of their cookies on site each day, and anything left over at the end of the night is donated to charity. So this is a place that you can actually feel good about the amount of calories you're putting into your body because it's for good cause.
I didn't know that. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. My last bakery that I have on here isn't one of the like famous New York City bakeries, but it is one that is very near and dear to my heart and
Yes.
Caroline's. It's called Empire
Ah.
Cake. So if you find
Oh, it's
yourself
making me sad. I
in
want it.
Chelsea and you need a cookie sandwich with buttercream that could kill you, or the most amazing black and white you've ever tasted, look no further than Empire Cake. Walking into this bakery is like walking into the Main Street Bakery and the Main Street Confectionary's trendy city slicker cousin. Like,
Oh yeah.
it is.
It's
Oh my gosh. I give anything
Don't
for
talk
the smell
about the
of it right
cookie
now.
Sammies.
The cookie
Connor always
Sammies.
bribes me with the cookie Sammies.
They
He
had
needs
this
something.
one cookie sandwich. It was
No, don't.
it was dirty. It was 2 blueberry cookies filled with buttercream frosting and a lemon curd in the middle. One of their homemade lemon curds, which they're like famous for.
No.
It was it was dirty.
No.
I felt like a slut.
And I'm not even someone who's like, oh, I love like, the buttercream frosting on a cupcake. I actually don't really, but these are something else.
And you can feel that sugar hit your bloodstream and you're just like, I can make it through the rest of the day.
Yeah, so start there.
So you're going to want to go to a bakery. And these are 3 really, really good ones. And there's your dose of Main Street USA.
Perfect. All right, next let's think about what we're going to do for Adventureland. I think it's definitely time to hit a tiki bar. When you're ready for a cocktail, you just can't go wrong with any of the following. And we would like to thank in advance our friend Katie, aka Catherine Ellis on Instagram.
Katie.
She loves tiki and she's given us so many good ideas. So the first I would recommend, I'm a little bit troubled by this because it is, first of all, it's called the Polynesian. I've been there. It is incredible, but it appears to not be open right now because of the pandemic. And I'm hoping it's not forever because this to me is totally your best bet, as the name may indicate, the Polynesian. The cocktails are amazing. The ambiance, though, is of course very tropical, very tiki, but it is beyond classy. It looks like a hotel lobby. It's inside a hotel, that may be why. But so this isn't so much like a Trader Sam's vibe as it is like an Ohana, just Polynesian hotel in general vibe. So chic. Like I said, it's temporarily closed. I pray it returns because to me, this place, more than any other place in Manhattan, maybe besides the Disney store itself, is the closest to Disney vibes that you can get. It is, that place is amazing. But if that's not available, there's also Super Power Brooklyn. According to Katie, this spot has the best painkiller cocktail in the game and nice outdoor seating in the back that is very tiki themed. Then there's the Dromedary Urban Tiki Bar, which is also in Brooklyn. It has indoor and outdoor seating. Plus, the menu looks amazing. There are tons of different kinds of fries and tots and dipping sauces.
Oh, I love me fries
Loaded
and tots.
fries. Yes.
Ooh.
Burgers and vegan options. So I would definitely want to go here if I'm hungry. And then we have Tiki Chick on the Upper East Side. Right now, during pandemic times, if you are not comfortable drinking inside, they have cocktails to go, plus sandwiches, hot dogs, and their pickle painkiller cocktail uses brine from Jacob's Pickles, which is one of our
love
favorite
Jacob's
spots
Pickles.
in New York City. We love Jacob's Pickles. So I don't think you can go wrong with any of those. So that's it for Adventureland.
Alrighty. So I'm kind of imagining that we're starting uptown, especially if we're looking at some of those like midtown, Upper East Side sort of places, that sort of vibe.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're in the midtown, uptown sort of area, this is where I think it would be great for us to dive into some fantasy. So for a city that is a modern marvel of the world, there are so many magical things to do in New York City. I
Yeah.
truly believe that. So when it's time for that dose of Fantasyland, here are a couple things that you can do. So there are few things more magical than a Broadway show in New York City, especially a Disney on Broadway show. So you can head to the New Amsterdam Theater to see Aladdin, or the Minskoff Theater to see the long-running Disney hit The Lion King, both reopening on Broadway this September.
Yay.
So if you're going on a Wednesday or a Saturday or a Sunday, you could look for a matinee, or you can move this to maybe later in your itinerary for an evening show. But as you make your way through the theater district, you simply must visit the Disney store. These are an endangered species at this point, and the one in New York City, while smaller than we want it to be, is a must visit for any Disney lover. The themed escalators with the floating lanterns, the walls of stuffed animals, and the cast members who were sent to us straight from God and Walt Disney to deal with the tourists in the heart of Times Square, you will feel like you're right in the parks. And then you can commiserate with us about all the additions that we want for that Disney store, because
Please.
there are so many things that we want.
We're such bad New Yorkers. We're like, make the Disney store bigger.
It needs to be the size of the old Toys R Us. There needs to be a restaurant in it.
And we need the Tangled Boat Ride.
We'll die on this.
Please.
We'll die on this hill.
Yep.
But if you want straight up fantasy, as opposed to like Disney magic per se, did you know that New York City has its very own castle?
Tell me more.
Belvedere Castle in Central Park serves as the backdrop for the Public Theater's Delacorte Theater, home of Shakespeare in the Park. And the castle is home to one of Central Park's visitor centers. And it offers fantastic views of Central Park, including the Turtle Pond, the Great Lawn, the Ramble, and the city skyline. So if you need a good Disney-esque backdrop for a photo, you can't go wrong with a castle. And if you just really want beautiful views of New York City, just climb up to the top of Belvedere Castle and take a deep breath and get some views. And lastly, for some Fantasyland fun, while you're in Central Park, home to Enchanted's show-stopping That's How You Know musical number, meander south towards the famous Central Park Carousel and board one of the 57 painted horses for a classic ride where you can just close your eyes and pretend you're behind Cinderella Castle. The current carousel was originally built in 1908 and is one of the country's largest carousels. At over 100 years old, it is still in working order, and the Central Park Conservancy works to maintain and restore both the area and restoring each individual horse on the ride.
Wow.
Isn't that cool? So it's a must-do. Tickets are $3.25 for a 3.5-minute ride. I'll take it.
So we're going on 3 times.
Yeah. That sounds
$10.
That sounds good. But also, look up this carousel. These horses on it are beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And it's just like that little touch of Fantasyland right here in the city.
Okay, so one of mine and Connor's favorite parts of Magic Kingdom is Liberty Square. You can find us on it. And surprisingly, there are quite a few, colonial, revolutionary America-themed things to do in New York City. So if you want to be all up in your Founding Father feels, you have 2 options depending upon which part of Manhattan you want to explore, depending on where you just came from. So if you want to head downtown, very far downtown, for you, in the Financial District and the Battery Park area, we have Francis Tavern and Trinity Church. So Francis Tavern was one of the favorite spots of the Founding Fathers, and it's the place where George Washington gathered a group of his officers 9 days after the last of the British troops left American soil to thank them for their service and bid them farewell in 1783. So the tavern itself is open for lunch, dinner, and brunch. And the menu sounds really great. And the cocktails sounded good too. And if at this point in your day you are not in need of any food, the tavern is also attached to the Francis Tavern Museum. I've always wanted to go here.
Yeah,
it has been on my New York City to-do list for so long, and I haven't gotten to it. The museum also hosts walking tours around the area that focus on George Washington and Alexander Hamilton. Tickets to the museum are only $7. It seems very interesting. And then right nearby is Trinity Church, where if you are a Hamilton fan, buried in Trinity Church near you, sings Eliza. It's a Disney thing now. Listen, Hamilton is on Disney+.
I know it is.
And at Trinity Church, Alexander and Eliza Hamilton are buried. Angelica Schuyler Church is buried there. Hercules Mulligan and Philip Hamilton, they are all buried there. So you can visit their graves. I've passed by them. I haven't actually stopped in, but it's bizarrely emotional. I can't explain why. It's very beautiful there. I highly recommend. But if you aren't ready to venture that far downtown and you're into a more it's quiet uptown mood, you can visit the Hamilton Grange National Memorial in Harlem. You can take a guided or a self-guided tour of the house where Alexander and Eliza lived in the 1800s, and it is free to visit. The house and the grounds are absolutely gorgeous. There's a little bit of like a museum-type exhibition on the ground floor of the house. The house is stunning. You can see Hamilton's desk by a window, and you can just imagine him writing there. It's very cool. And if you're getting hungry, there is the Grange nearby, named after the house. It's a cute little restaurant. So that's your uptown option if you're trying to stay more uptown where we live. And so that's that. You've got 2 options for Liberty Square.
Nice. Well, if you're decide to take the option of the more downtown Liberty Square, Francis Tavern sort of Trinity Church thing, you are right in the area that you need to be for a little bit of Tomorrowland. So if you need to charge headfirst into the future, there is one place that looks like it is straight out of Tomorrowland, and that is the Oculus. I mean, just the name, the Oculus, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So this is the new hub of downtown Manhattan. The Oculus is a shopping center, train station, and like a park area all rolled into one otherworldly alien dinosaur exoskeleton thing.
That is what it looks like.
I think it looks like one of those space creatures that fly out of the hole in the first Avengers movie. Like if one of them died and like rotted over time and like we turned the skeleton into something. Oh my God. That's the Oculus.
Yes.
It is something to behold for sure. And it's right next to the Freedom Tower. So once you've taken in all of its sci-fi glory, you'll be wanting to get tickets to visit the top of the Freedom Tower to soak in all the breathtaking sights of New York City. It's even better to time your visit at sunset so you can just watch the city come alive in like a little display of lights, which feels
as if you were on the Astro
Tomorrowland for me.
Orbiter.
Exactly.
We're freaks.
We are passionate. So that's it for Tomorrowland. I'm like,
I think that's perfect.
Look at the skeleton and then go up the big building.
Also, this is all in one day, so I hope you're still doing okay because we've got one more land to visit. So that, of course, leaves us with Frontierland. So although New York City is not exactly known for its like frontier vibes, you can throw on a flannel, drink a beer, and throw some axes at several locations. So we've got kick-axe throwing in Brooklyn. We've got Bury the Hatchet in Brooklyn and Hatchets and Hops in Williamsburg. And then if you're trying to stay in Manhattan, there's Live Axe in Soho. And if you're not into axes, you can also try out archery at Gotham Archery, which has locations in Manhattan and Brooklyn. And they also host archery sessions in the woods. So if you're really itching to get into the great outdoors, a la the Country Bears, you can do some archery in the woods hosted by Gotham Archery. And if you're looking for something a bit more leisurely, maybe it's the end of the day, you want to eat dinner, the Strand Smokehouse in Astoria not only offers great barbecue, but bluegrass music. So you can kind of pretend that you're listening to the Country Bears. But if you just want to focus on the barbecue and you don't need the music, we love Dinosaur Barbecue in Harlem and Brooklyn. And every time we go there, we're like, why does this feel Disney-esque? And I still can't put my finger on why, but it really does. And I don't know why that is.
It's just it's just like the smell.
It's the smell. It's the vacation Disney smell. I don't know.
It's the cold ass HVAC system combined with barbecue where you're like, no one has an air conditioner this cold and fires except for Disney. So yes, if you're looking for a way to finish your day with a great dinner, definitely go to Dinosaur Barbecue. We love it. And by then, your feet will be broken and you will be tired and it will be time to end the day. But you've hit all of the lands of the Magic Kingdom in New York City. Yeah. Your feet will be broken just like they would be if you were at Disney.
Yeah, you'll feel the same way, honestly.
You'll be sweaty.
Overheated.
You'll be like, why did I do this to myself? The kids will be screaming. It'll be a great time. just like you're
Yeah.
in Florida, but it might be a little bit cooler.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So those are our 3 Disney days for you. We hope you're able to partake in at least one of them. And for my
Sorry.
sake, I hope that you're able to partake in Caroline's one.
I wish
I
that
wish-
for all of you.
I wish everyone that kind of money.
Seriously.
Like, please.
Oh.
Thank you for listening. If you liked what you heard, please remember to rate, review, and follow or subscribe wherever you're listening to the podcast. Those ratings and reviews seem like a very trivial thing, but actually do a whole lot for us to reach other people who might be listening. Your review could be the difference between someone scrolling past our podcast or them taking a chance of listening. And I want that for you. I want you to take that credit. So leave us a little rating review. You can also leave one on Facebook too, because that's also a thing. But we'd really, really appreciate it. And hope you'll join us for some more episodes in the future.
Yeah, and another way to spread the word and to just have some more fun with us is to follow us on social media. So we are at Poor Unfortunate Podcast on Instagram and Facebook, and we are at Unfortunate Pod on Twitter. So as I always say, we've got a lot of fun things happening on the social media. We've done dream castings of movies. We've asked for your opinions on things. And so if you've got some spots that you think are very Disney-esque, we'd love for you to share them with us on social media. And then if you want even more Disney in your life, please join the Poor Unfortunate Fam, which is our private Facebook group for our listeners. And we've got a lot of lively discussions going on in there as always. We just discussed the new Disney Princess theme song by Brandy, and we had a lot of opinions.
Yeah.
It's a fun, positive place to be, and we love getting to interact with a lot of you more one-on-one and personally and get to know you even better. So we would love you to join us.
If you have anything that you want to tell us and you're not on social media, or any suggestions for things that you want to hear in future episodes, we do have an email address. It is poorunfortunatepodcast@gmail.com. And just like anyone, we love to get emails that are not, people telling us that the world is ending and trying to get us to open their newsletter or whatever like that. So feel free to shoot us an email if you want. And then lastly, it does take us a little bit of money to keep the podcast up and running and coming to you all. We do have a PayPal account. It is linked in the episode description and also in any of the website links on our social media accounts. Truly, anything that you can spare goes such a long way for us. You can make a $1 donation, $5, $10, more than that, $500, who knows?
Mm-hmm.
You can make them one-time donations. You can make them monthly. All of it just goes right back into the podcast and just make sure that we're giving you the content you want. It keeps it mostly ad-free and free for everyone. So just thank you in advance for considering it.
Yes.
Okie dokie. Well, until next time.
Beluga
Savruga.
Savruga.